back. Hope you're having a good evening. Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads. I figured what better way to kick off my return to the Kevin Toll office with another video. I mean, it's been a few days. I did say I was scaling back, and I've been busy this week, honestly. I my watch later playlist on YouTube is so full of your guys' videos, so I will get caught up. And my reading is been erratic this week. We'll talk about that in my weekly wrap up. But yeah, I'm behind. I'll be honest with you. But let's talk about something interesting, because you're not here to listen to me just woe is me. Let's talk about another let me know video. So I figured the best way to kick this off, since the last video got so many people riled up in comments, and I lost tons of subscribers and then gained some new ones. And so, yeah. But it does spin off of the last let me know, where I talked about is, Audible cheating, is it really reading, but this is kind of a spur from that video. So today we're going to talk about, does BookTube have an overconsumption problem? And so some people have been arguing this. Some people have been raising that question, like, there's just, you're not reading all those books. You're bringing them more and more and more and more. And it's definitely a problem, and it's definitely has caused some people to shy away from channels, myself included. And so I have some examples of if there's an overconsumption problem on YouTube and my takes on it. And so let's kick this off. I thought I would theme these three examples. And so the first one is haul, baby haul. And so booktubers favor these huge, massive book hauls, myself included. My playlist on book hauls is almost approaching 30, and I've been doing this since March. So some of the hauls are small. I've got one sitting right here. But it's going to slow down for me. Let's get into this. But all these booktubers you see on the channel, they have these huge book hauls, and they have these massive monthly wrap-ups. They talk about, I read 50 million books in the month, and people start feeling like they're not adequate when they're, subscribers and viewers will see this, and they're like, hey, people are buying books, they're reading a bajillion books a month. How can they enjoy all these? Why do they keep buying more if they have, all these books throughout they just had a book haul, and now you got another book haul. I've been guilty of it. I've had multiple book hauls in a week. And so it is kind of overstimulating to a certain degree, but at the same time, it has fostered some good along with the negative. Vin at Vin's Corner has fostered, a Read What You Own challenge. Dustin Neely, I know he has been working through his kind of unread book collection and slowly making way through that. And a lot of people are taking that kind of approach to where I'm not going to buy a bunch of new books anymore, doing these huge book hauls until I read a majority of what I have in my collection that's unread. So I'm guilty of it as well. I'm guilty of all of these things, to be honest with you. So number 2 is read as many as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I am the speed reader man. So example number 2, you have many booktubers, myself included, that want to consume books fast, as there is so many books we want to get to on our TBRs and all these books that I haven't read. We have these huge goals, and just in general, we want to read as much as we can because we enjoy reading. But there's only so much time in our lives. This can create a lot of pressure on viewers and subscribers as they see people and they read this. And I get a lot of questions. It's the most asked question I get. How do you read so fast? And so, does reading fast, though, equate to really enjoyment? And so that's the question. And that was another thing that was criticism that was given me as well. So that's another kind of area. Third and last, that is so yesterday. Book hype is an ongoing theme. It drives folks away from different big channels because they think the bigger channels create this huge audience of tens of thousands of subscribers, and they put in Patreon, they put in subscriptions, they put in extras, they put in go, buy me this, buy me that. But they also put in this pressure of, because they have that audience, the book community, the makers, the independent writers, all these things, they reach out to these people and try to use their influence. And so you see it on TikTok, you see it on Goodreads, you see it on YouTube. Like people, there's a huge book hype, And so it's not that the books aren't good. It's not that the authors aren't good. And it's not that you shouldn't watch them. But there is that thing where if you come on here, and I'll give you an example. When you talk about book hype, you're talking Brandon Sanderson, you're talking Red Rising, you're talking, all the major authors, Stephen King, you're talking, you don't really think about Evan Tanner, a book that was written 50 years ago. That doesn't get hardly any views. No one really interested in that. That is so yesterday. But you're talking about, the new, Stormlight Archive book, or the new Red Rising book, or the new, you know what I mean? Like, there is a lot of hype, and the bigger channels will hype that up, and they'll get a lot of views, and they'll get a lot of influence through that. And the book companies, the authors, and independent authors, they all see that, and they play into that, and they should, because they want a bigger audience as well. And they want it to be successful, and they want to share it with the... It does create this sense that is so yesterday. And there's people out there, yourselves included, if you're watching this, that probably are here because of authenticity, because that what is being reviewed is different than everyone else, so to speak. And when the smaller channels do like those books, because I like Brandon Sanderson, I would like to read Red Rising sometime, but when you get into those areas as well, then it becomes, okay, does that channel just morph into everything else? And it loses its authenticity. And so those are the three things I thought about a lot, especially when I was at the airport this morning, waiting on my flight, when I was kind of preparing, working on some content, finally had some free time to work on some things and put some notes together. But that's what I want to share with you. This Let Me Know is a little longer, but back to the original question, does BookTube have an overconsumption problem? I'd like to know your thoughts. Is there too many hauls? Should there be more people that stand up to the Read What You Own challenge? Should we slow down? Should we not try to read so fast or read so many? And can we be enjoying it if we are? And book hype, should we stop jumping on every bandwagon? Those are really the questions I'm asking, and I'd like to know your thoughts on it. So, as always, with this, let me know. Hope you have a great evening. I will talk to you all on the next one.
3, 2, 1.